Oakland is one of the most progressive, diverse, and creative cities in the United States. It also sits within one of the most prosperous economic growth engines in the country. However, the benefits of this growth are not equitably distributed. Today, in Oakland, particularly among communities of color and low-income neighborhoods, Oakland faces rapidly rising income inequality, uneven education and employment rates, housing displacement, and chronic violence. One Oaklander that lives just a mile away from another may be twice as likely to be unemployed and live 15 years less. Couple this with aging housing stock and infrastructure threatened by climate and seismic risk, we are deepening the challenges for our most vulnerable communities. Equity is critical to Oakland's resilience.
In the spirit of lifting all boats, we wanted to heed the advice of our community partner and longtime environmental activist, Ms. Margaret Gordon. She often reminds us, you could be sitting at the table or you could be on the menu. In the series of community workshops that we developed with her, we've learned that feedback is not enough. Instead, we build with Oakland, not for it. Instead, we build with community.
And to ensure this rising tide lifts all boats, we are improving both our analog and digital methods to deepen our equitable engagement. We understand during this time of great change and literal rising tides, government needs to move faster while continuing to serve those most in need. One example of this, brought on by soaring rental prices, is designing a digital service for our rent adjustment program, the main mechanism for resolving disputes between tenants and property owners. We're taking a human-centered design approach and changing this extremely tense conversation to a collaborative one, focused on co-creating a solution that allows for easier online petitioning, including text messaging for legal notifications.
So, whether texting, calling, or surfing the web, we want to use technology as a bridge to serve the greatest needs in our community. We know that companies build for customers, but government has the opportunity and the responsibility to build technology for everyone. We know that companies build for customers who often buy $600 to $700 iPhones, but governments must test with the public who use boxy desktop computers and older browsers. We know that as a sanctuary city, we must build for community members, not citizens. Not just citizens. So, when we embarked with Code for America to create the Digital Front Door project, we didn't just build pages, but we built pathways to city services. We reduced the complexity of our language so that a fifth grader could, hopefully, comprehend government, making government more searchable, accessible, and easier to translate in non-English languages. The words that we use aren't just sitting in our style guides, the substance is actually in the words that we use on our pages. And beta.oaklandca.gov was an outcome of our efforts to become a simpler, better, and more equitable government. We know that better technology is a result of great community engagement. In fact, we know that user experience is community engagement. As we develop the city's first UX strategy, we're looking to create experiences for people who use our products at libraries, like the ones that you see here, who are learning to use computers, schools, and other public places. We're ensuring that the design of our digital services live not just as siloed transactions, but as a part of a broader set of community experiences. So the question is, how and who stewards and sustains our relationship with the community?
Oakland boasts one of the most passionate, mission-driven staffs in public service. We want to empower and cultivate our fantastocrats to deepen this resiliency between community and engagement. To do this, we want to give our Fantasticrats the permission to collaborate with our community stakeholders and to listen to their needs and priorities. So the question becomes, where's our table that Miss Margaret talks about?
Our table is actually on the 9th floor of City Hall in our civic design lab, where we're literally building a table out of reclaimed Oakland redwood. You can see it right there. It's a place where we invite Fantasticrats, Oaklanders, and people like all of you to have a seat at our table. Because
in Oakland,
it takes a town to thrive. Thank you.